Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We're going to give everyone some time to go ahead and get logged in. For now, there's a QR code on the screen that you're welcome to go ahead and get started with this poll, and the link is in the chat as well. Also, just FYI, I'm available for any questions in the chat throughout today's program. I am helping host, and I'm here for anything you might need.
Oh yeah, someone already responded with that first one. Browser 797 tabs open.
We got a lot of flocks of pigeons here too. I relate. While we're waiting, just use these moments to really arrive. Take a stretch, shake off wherever you've been. Give yourself a pat on the back for carving out this time to be present with this beautiful group of people and make this space for you. Like imagining that when I stretch, I'm literally making more space for myself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Happy Wednesday.
Oh, it's meerkats that we have.
Oh,
Your
fun.
cats are winning.
I'm imagining us all. Oh, no.
Virginia, I like seeing your face. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Yay.
Beautiful to see you.
Oh, nice to meet you all.
And you.
Hi.
And for everyone who's off camera, I'm going to invite you to, at some point as we're getting started, to bring yourselves on camera if you are able to and if that feels good. Today's session is going to be quite interactive, and we'd love to see your faces. We'd love to be with you in this space. And we're going to have some breakout rooms, and we're going to have some connection time. So it'd be nice to actually get to see you all. Hello.
Yay. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. Got some more people popping in. All right, we're going to give everybody just about one more minute to join, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and start us off with a small introduction of myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Dominique Harper, and I'm helping host today our program along with Ricardo Horn, my colleague. We oversee the Emory Impact Circles. And so the Women of Emory Impact Circle is presented this event today with Caitlin and Chrissy, and we're so excited to have you. So I'm one of the assistant directors on the leadership engagement team. And if you're not familiar with the Emory Impact Circles, it is an opportunity for alumni to invest and sow and empower some of the students and faculty and staff on campus to fill a need on campus where there may be a gap or some underrepresented support and people that may need some extra support and love and money. And so this program is to help with that. And Ricardo, if you just want to say hi real quick, I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Domo. Hi, everyone. As Domo mentioned, I'm Ricardo. I also have the pleasure of being an Emory alum, graduated from the law school in 2021. You see my flag in the background, always representing. And like Dominique said, this program is brought to you by the Impact Circles. Either of us is happy to talk more about it. But the impact circles essentially provide grant funding for faculty, staff, and student organizations to get their big ideas off the ground. So if you want to learn more, I dropped the link in the chat and I look forward to connecting. And thank you so much, Caitlin and Chrissy, for leading us on this experience today.
We are
Yay.
so
Thanks for having
happy.
us.
Yes.
Yes, thank you guys again for everyone who has joined today. Just to let you know, the program is being recorded and will be available in the future on our Emory YouTube playlist. So once we send the thank you email for everybody joining us, that will be available later. And please feel free to share it with any friends who might not have been able to make it today. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Caitlin and Chrissy.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, I'm really happy to be here. I'm Caitlin, Emory alum, and this is navigating life stuff through presence and flow. So let's just start by taking one deep breath. You invited already, but we can never get enough breath. So just one big breath and full permission for sighs. Let it all out and arrive here. So yes, I'm an Emory alum, Emory College. I've been a career right hand to C-suite people, and I'm currently a coach, a facilitator, and adjunct faculty at university level. And I help people reconnect with who they really are and then recalibrate their lives to match so that they feel really good and they feel confident, joy, and peace. And the big focus of my work is social emotional skills. And I am co-hosting here with the beautiful and illustrious Christy.
Hi, I'm Chrissy McMenamin. I didn't go to Emory. Shh, I'm so sorry. I'm a Barnard grad of New York City, and then I did my MBA at Kellogg at Northwestern. Got 15 years of experience, 15 plus years of experience in corporate and startups, and now I create experiences for people to be on this journey of self-discovery. And so I do that through leadership coaching, experience creation, facilitation. So good to be with you all.
And we met on a Zoom dance floor in COVID and did a master's together. That's the beginning of our love story. And then we co-founded the Aliveness Collective together. And the Aliveness Collective is a group that is essentially a stand for life, for like claiming our vitality and our humanity and our human connection. And we offer experiential workshops and embodied learning spaces like the one we're experiencing today to help people reconnect with themselves, with each other, and with what really matters most. So we can have that be the guide in our lives day to day and live and lead feeling more alive and more satisfied, essentially. And why is this important? Context that we all know, but just to kind of presence what we're up against is, we're in this age of AI rising. Everything's getting more robotic. You may have seen an uptick of Waymos driving around your streets. A lot of us are feeling the weight of the world, the war, the conflict, the pressures on different groups of people. There's a sense and an expectation that we're constantly on, and that multitasking is the norm, and that our identity becomes so fused with our roles and our responsibilities that we often can forget, like, who am I? What do I actually think and feel? And how do I take care of myself? Maybe there's a sense of guilt, like the second that we pause and step out of productivity mode. Um, all of this leads to our nervous systems being in low to high level hijack a lot of the time. And like that's really what we're navigating. Then kind of being hyper vigilant. What's the next thing I got to do? How do I take care of this? But not really present in our bodies in the moment right now.
And when we hear that word presence, how many of us actually struggle with being fully present in the here and now? Yeah. People say, oh, happier life, more mindful, you're going to be healthier. And yet it's really hard in this day and age to do it. And so today's experience is really designed to help you reconnect to yourself in this world that is pulling us in so many different directions. In this space, we're going to practice being fully present so that we can remember that experience in our bodies and take it into our day-to-day. And with that, I'm going to take a pause here. And for those of you who are able, I am going to ask that you come on to video. Because in this experience, it's really going to be about being in the here and now with yourself and with each other. So I'm just going to give it a moment because this session is going to be quite interactive. We're going to be doing breakouts. We're going to be sharing in the chat. There's polls and there's connection with each other. So just going to give it one more moment. I would love to see as many faces here as possible.
And thank you to those of you who courageously turned your cameras on.
Yeah, I know. Maybe just take a moment and be like, I'm seen. I'm seen. Feels good to be seen.
Beautiful. Well, I'm going to just add a little extra spirit here, which is we're coming from the frame that we are whole and complete. There is nothing to fix. And this is a come as you are space. So if you're in your pajamas or you have kids or cats or whatever in the background, like that's all good. Like you're just welcome here exactly as you are. Let this be a space for you to be really nurtured and nourished in your wholeness. And I'm dropping some playground rules in the chat just real quick so we can have a nice strong container here. Drop in. This is space to be real and connect from go. Speak from your experience, so no advice, please. Embrace your beginner's mind. You may have heard some of this before, but this is about practice. So just be here now and connect afresh. And yes, and. So if somebody says something and you agree with it, ditto, and add your extra piece so we can hear your unique insights and be building a conversation together.
One of the things about presence is actually just noting where we're currently at. So I'm going to reshare my screen real quick. A lot of you already did the poll, but if you haven't yet taken the poll, just take a moment to assess your inner state because that process of assessing actually helps us to get more present. So we've got a lot of meerkats. We're half scanning, half here. Some of us are like, oh boy, we got a lot going on. So I just invite you to take this moment, see where you are actually at. A lot of pigeons and meerkats, or no, meerkats. Yeah.
All the animals are lovable,
Yeah.
just to say it. Wherever you're at is a beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Great. Well,
Okay.
with that, we're going to do a little somatic drop-in so that maybe we can get just a little more present.
Yeah. And if not, that's also totally okay because we're just being with what is. But in this moment, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seat and put your feet flat on the floor, long spine, relaxed shoulders. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or gaze softly at the ground in front of you. Just tune into your breath. Beautiful breath. And follow it in from your nose down into your body and just notice, where does it land? So the top of your chest, upper belly, lower belly. Nothing to change, nothing to fix, just notice. Now, I want you to imagine a box. It can be any size or shape, any material, metal, stone, wood, seashells, glitter, emerald, crystal, whatever feels good to you. And this is your energy conversion box. And I want you to imagine putting in this box anything on your mind or your heart, any worries, any to-do lists, the conversation that you just had, the meeting that's coming up after this, what you're going to make for dinner, taking care of the kids, needing to transport things, anything like that that impacts your ability to be here now for yourself fully. And just gently put it in the box. This box is a special box, one that will hold all of your cares with the utmost care, respect, dignity, gentleness. Anything that's put there is not forgotten. It is held in high regard and will be safe until you return to it. Invitation to trust your box. And when you're ready, you can put the lid on the box and tune back into your breath. And with each exhale, just notice yourself softening just a little bit. Softening. Imagining the weight of any responsibilities melting off your shoulders because they're held. Check in with your body and unclench. Maybe your tummy's tight, your jaw, your shoulders. Just check in and see if you can soften. Really welcoming the support of the chair and the ground. You are held. You are held by this group. And allow yourself to feel a little lighter and arrive. Remember what this feeling is. This is a space that you can come back to anytime. And just by practicing, you are claiming this presence to grow in your life. Wow, what a gift. To soak up the yumminess. You can start to wiggle some fingers and toes, take a couple stretches if that feels good, and bring your presence back into this room, into this moment in time. Hello.
Yeah. So, who here feels a little different than they did a few moments ago with that meditation? Yeah, maybe just a little more here, now, present moment versus the meerkat scanning or the 97 tabs open, right? So, the being here now is not being in the past, thinking about all of the things we shoulda, coulda, woulda done. It's not being in the future, thinking of all the things we need to, should be doing, thinking about doing the anxiety, right? It's being right here in the here and now so that we get to choose how we want to be. When we give a little bit of space in the here and now, we stop reacting to everything that's happening around us and instead pause and are able to choose. Some ways to get into the here and now are yearnings, the five senses, and feelings. And we're going to touch on all of those today. First, I want to share a little bit about yearnings. So what are yearnings? Yearnings are these universal hungers that we all have as humans. Here's a list of them here. It's moment by moment. Do we want to feel seen and heard? Do we want to feel supported? Do we want to make a difference? Do we want to be loved? Do we want to be cared for? Do we want to connect to something greater than us and ourselves? Do we want to excel, fulfill our potential? When we connect into these moment by moment, that's being in the here and now and being present to ourselves. But oftentimes what's happening is we have these pop-up windows that are coming up. Oh, I want to feel seen. Oh, I want to matter. Oh, I want to exist. And we just shut them down. So becoming more present and attuned to these yearnings that are popping up every single moment of every single day will help us create more of that presence. We're going to get into this a little bit more in a second. The second thing is the five senses. Who here knows, right? I always forget one, but it's like sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. When we are activating our five senses, it is very difficult to be thinking forward or past, right? When we're like, what is the slight taste of stale coffee on my tongue right now? Right? It's hard to then be like, wait, what do I have to do tomorrow? No, I'm actually being with myself in the moment and these sensations. And the third piece, which again we'll go into a little bit more later, is feelings. Anger, sadness, hurt, fear, joy. We talk about five feelings because most of us don't have a lot of experience naming them. So we like to do it as if we're all toddlers. You know, toddlers can understand those five. And with those feelings, the body sensations that come with them. So with joy, the laughter, with fear, that butterfly feeling, with anger, maybe it's like a whoosh happening in the body, right? When we can be with our feelings, with the senses, and with the yearnings, that is being truly present moment.
We're going to play a little bit with these three using playfulness and creativity with a scavenger hunt. How long has it been since you played with a scavenger hunt? We're going to give you 2 minutes to go look for three things in your space. Don't overthink this. Let your gut guide you. But we're looking for one thing that smells amazing, one thing that feels good to touch, and something that brings you joy to look at. I'm going to pop this in the chat, or Chrissy did. So again, one thing that smells amazing, something that feels good to touch, and something that brings you joy to look at. 2 minutes. Don't overthink it, but grab some stuff in your space. Do you need a timer? Oh, thank you, Chrissy. Great. Okay, let me see. I got this new plant. That's my thing that's fun to look at.
Dominique, when we go into breakouts, because you're host, just go ahead and add yourself to room 6. Okay? I can't do it.
Maybe you'll be both. No, you'll be. Do 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 do. I love a scavenger hunt, I gotta say. All right, we've got 37 seconds left.
Something that smells good. Something
Oh,
that
I
feels
see
good
a
to touch.
stuff for you there.
I
Yes.
love it.
Leslie, you are showing up. Appreciate it. Cool. This is also a great moment with the 19 seconds if you want to stretch, if you want to shake, if you want to stand up and be bigger. Play.
And we are going to be putting you into breakouts just in a moment. So just know that there's going to be some sharing happening. I'm giving you the heads up. If you haven't gotten your things, go get them quickly. Go get them quickly. All right. So yeah, you've got these 3 items, and we're going to put you into breakouts. It's mostly 3 people. 3 people a breakout.
Hello, welcome back. Hello.
Welcome back. We'd love to just hear from a few people. What was that like to share those objects, to notice the yearnings you might have had, to connect to the feelings of them, sensations? Anyone want to share?
I will jump in there. I personally really loved that activity. It really helped like elevate the level of presence I was having, I think. And it also made me want to take more moments to take a second and look around to see like what makes me happy and brings me joy. Because I was telling my group, I just got a matching tattoo with my sister yesterday. So that has been bringing me a lot of joy to look at. And I was thinking about what would I enjoy looking at if I was at home because I'm at the office right now. And I was just thinking about how I would just want to do this more. So I felt really good and that was great.
Love
Mm,
that.
totally.
Hmm.
I
Thanks for
enjoyed
sharing.
this exercise too. I think the scent, the smell came easy, the touch, the something that felt good came easy. But then when it was like, what brings you joy? Like what do you see that brings you joy? And I'm like, I kind of had to pause for that when I was like, okay, you have 2 minutes, like keep moving, like find something. So I shared with my group that I saw a fan that I have that's in my favorite color that I bought on purpose in my favorite color. But what it represents for me is community and connection. So I take that fan with me every Monday to my line dance class, which is up the street for me. And so I get to dance with my neighbors and people in my community every week. And so like it's yeah, so like it just that's the thing that brought joy to me, and line dancing definitely brings me joy. So
Love that.
I love that so much.
So cool.
Yeah. Well, did
Yeah.
anybody notice any feelings going through this? You can just kind of like raise your hand. Any feelings, fear, hurt, anger, sadness, joy, like maybe fear of being in the unknown. Who's going to be on this Zoom? Oh, I got to talk to somebody I don't know. Like, ah. Maybe there was hurt, anger, or sadness if you wanted more time. And you're like, how could we do all of this in only 6 minutes? Who are these facilitators? Maybe there was joy to connect, with yourself, with this object, with these things that you love in your life. But just notice what's moving inside of you and anything that you can track in this experience that we're moving through together. Because emotions are a key to our presence and our aliveness. Chrissy said this earlier. And they've largely gotten a pretty bad reputation. I think most of us have gotten beliefs along the way that if it hurts, it's bad, or I'm bad, or it's wrong, or I got to avoid it, get it away from me, and only kind of like joy is allowed. And in some families, joy wasn't allowed. It was, a different emotion maybe that was permissible. Um, we're proposing here that there's no bad feelings and that they actually are vital data. It's our inbound weather system in our body. It's an evolutionary system to help us move from pain to pleasure. So the emotions that we experience have a positive intent. They aren't just meant to get in our way and be pesky little things that we need to figure out how to dodge. So we're working with fear, or excuse me, the 5 emotions: fear, hurt, anger, sadness, joy. This is like a little digestible, hopefully, overview to get a sense of the positive intent of feelings. So fear moves me to safety. I'm scared. I need to find safety. I need to find security. If I feel hurt, it moves me to comfort and to healing and to, a friend, a guide, somebody who I can hold on to. Anger. A line has been crossed here. It encourages me to assert myself and hold a line, hold that boundary. Sadness moves us to honor and to grieve and then to seek comfort. And joy moves us to savor our pleasure and our presence. So when we have the feeling, just like those windows, instead of batting them away or making ourselves wrong or trying to avoid, the invitation here is like, what if we just took it as neutral data? Like, oh, thanks, body. You're trying to give me a signal to move towards pleasure and presence. Okay, what feeling is it? Fear, hurt, anger, sadness, joy. Okay, cool. It's hurt. I need some comfort. What could I do to get some comfort? I'm gonna call my best friend. I'm gonna ask my partner or my child for a really good hug. I'm gonna wrap myself up in my blanket or grab my stuffy and just like get so nurtured for a few minutes. It becomes this pathway to really good self-care And we can be tracking ourselves throughout the days, kind of woven between all of our responsibilities. And it's just something to be curious about. Like, what are my feelings trying to tell me that is supportive?
Well, because again, when we look at this from the perspective of presence, the feelings are a present state moment. So we can identify them and the body sensations that accompany them, that is getting ourselves into the present. So we're going to play with this a little bit. I want you to choose one of your objects that you have already chosen. The smell, I was going to say taste. You didn't pick a taste one. The smell, the touch, the sight, and just be with it for a moment. And what we're going to do is, if it feels good to close your eyes, we're going to do another little presencing exercise related to the 5 feelings. So if you're choosing something that you're looking at, just take a moment before you close your eyes to like really be with it. Like, what is it about this object that brings you joy, that is lovely? If it's a smell, maybe you close your eyes and really breathe in that smell. If it's something that you chose, the touch one, maybe you really feel what it feels like in your hands. And notice as you're looking at it or feeling it, what is happening in your body? Is there any tightening? Is there any fluttering? Is there any opening? Can you sense your heart beating? And I'm going to list out the 5 emotions, and I want you to simply hear them. And if you notice even a teeny tiny inkling that you might be feeling that feeling, go ahead and raise your hand. And again, keep those eyes closed and follow that gut. As you're holding this, as you're smelling it, as you're seeing it in your mind's eye, the object. And I say, fear. Does anyone have a sense of fear? Yeah. Nice. Who feels a little bit of hurt? Maybe the object reminds you of something. Felt hurtful, yeah. Feels a little angry. Yeah. Who feels sad? Maybe the loss of a pleasure. Yeah. Who feels joy? Yeah, a lot of joy. Let's do one more round, because this is the thing, right? We might have just gone through these feelings and we feel one thing, but we're in a new moment right now. And so let's come back to, does anyone feel anger? Maybe that rumbling in your chest, that like, I got shit to do. Oh, I'm angry at whatever. How about sadness? Oh, there's kind of a longing, loss of something right now. Yeah. Fear. It's fear, that little bit of butterflies, maybe a little vibration somewhere in the body, maybe a little tensing in the neck. Hurt. Maybe something behind the eyes or chest wanting something. And how about joy? Yeah. And just notice generally right now how you're feeling in your body. What is your level of presence now? Has it increased since you joined? Has it decreased? Is it the same? No judging, just sort of being with. Where are you at? Doesn't have to be different. This is just data. Data on you in this very moment. So take another deep breath in. and let it out, and go ahead and open your eyes for a moment and come back. And I know we do a lot of eyes closed kind of presence, but take a moment right now with your eyes open. And what are you feeling right now? If you're brave to share, raise your hand. Who's feeling fear? Feeling some fear. Anyone feeling any hurt? Yeah. How about some anger? No. Yeah. Feel all of that. Sadness, joy. Nice. And people always ask, why is there only one positive emotion? And I just want to say that it's not because they're positive or negative. It's because they are all data, and they are all beautiful, and they are all here to bring us into the present. So with that, I'd love to hear from a few people. Like, what are you getting from this about what it means to be present? Maybe just share if you'd like, or type it into the chat. Anyone
And this
have
is
it?
not an overly academic
Yeah.
exercise, just however you're connecting to the concept right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I am a person who is really still working on feeling my feelings, like in general. And so I think being more present and like being intentional about it is going to really help me with that, because I don't feel like I felt all of my feelings like this for a while until right now.
Cool.
Way to go.
Yeah. Is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Great.
Yeah, for me, I have a to-do list, like I'm sure many people do, and I try to just think about what is happening now and not kind of going through my, okay, what am I going to be doing in an hour or 2 hours, or what do I need to do tonight, or what I need to add to my list, but just to really think about this session and what we're talking about and the flowers that I'm looking at, and not the next thing that I need to be doing or that sort of thing.
Right on.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that's like something that is a practice, right? Like, oh shit, I'm just about to do my to-do list again. Okay, let me just come back in this moment and look at the flowers for just a second as I'm going through my to-do list. So nice.
We've got a couple nice shares in the chat. Ricardo said, feel more present with less screen time. Leslie agreed. Virginia said, some relief to be more in touch with feelings I've been suppressing, more real. I relate to that.
Beautiful.
I'll ask that. I think the exercise in the beginning with the box, like that's really helping me like in this moment, because there was a lot of put in the box. So I was like, okay, put it in the box. Put it in, yep, put that in the box too. Put it in there, put it in there. Like you got time in the afternoon, like you'll get to it. Like it's okay to put it in the box. So my mind feels a lot quieter right now. Um I am addicted to my phone. I will admit that. Like, and so like a text came through and I felt the urge to respond. I was like, girl, no, like there is nothing urgent with that text. Like you can do that after. So I just put it back down. I'm like, nope, come back, stay here. So yeah, the box exercise helped me a lot.
That's
So
awesome.
good.
Yeah, and you're definitely underlining the practice that it takes, right? It's like there's a pull. Wait. No, let me ground back in the moment. Oh, there's a pull because we've got so much stimulating stuff happening around all the time. So that is real, which is where the like practice builds our muscles, right?
Well, and one thing I think that you're also sharing is like there's the pull of what's happening to the outside, which is very strong, right? We're constantly getting pulled out, sorry. But what we haven't often developed is the pull in of what is the yearning right now? What is the feeling right now? Like I'm actually pulling myself more inward to be more present. And so when all that stuff is happening outside, how do we create that practice like you just described of pulling ourselves in? So very cool.
Yeah, and just to also underline, like, as someone who's been a historical ruminator on the past or on the future, the what ifs, the how did that happen? Blah, 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 I could like lose days, just being stuck in that hamster wheel in my mind. It's so stressful. This presence practice is the really like, let me come to the one place I actually have choice and agency. Let me see what is available, like what is happening right now. Okay, I'm not literally in a fire. I'm safe. I am in this body. I can see the beautiful trees over the screen of this beautiful group of people. Like, I'm so grateful. Okay, wait, let me be here. What am I yearning for? What's the choice I can make? And it's like moving from the ruminating thought into a small action that like soothes the physical system of like, oh, I'm empowered. I'm making a move in a direction that's satisfying to me. You string a whole bunch of those moments together, the whole sense of your life shifts from being kind of in this like helpless, hopeless, like, oh my God, I'm just hanging on by dear life, to no, I'm creating my life. I'm here, I'm in charge. I can't change everything, but I can change how I'm relating to my life. And that changes everything, our sense of it. So that was my little soapbox. I can step off of it now. Is there anybody else that wants to get in, be present, seen, felt before we move to close?
I think I just want to share that like that urge to externalize and go, it's protective too. I kind of feel tenderness toward the part of me that's oriented toward externalizing and desensitizing. It doesn't mean that it's the part that I'm going to listen to, like as you said, as we practice, like, but that like that part is trying to protect me too, like the of from what might be painful or tender. And like so I can kind of be gentle with both, with like the feeling, like if it's this sad feeling, but also like there's a part of me that's like kind of doing the best it can, you know?
Totally. And how brilliant is our system that we've got this survival mechanism that will like creatively find a way. May not be like the most supportive strategy, but we're always trying to find a way to make life work. So I really appreciate you presencing that. I think it's so important. There's no bad parts. That's like a take-home message, I think, from our aliveness work, is just like every single part of us is it's part of our life force. It's part of who we are. And when we welcome it to the table, then we can benefit from its presence in our being. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to move us to a close here. What a blessing to be with all of you. I've really enjoyed this space. And I love Emery, so it's just nice to be back. But a key message here is that presence isn't something that you need to carve out a lot of time for. These little strategies that we've talked about here today, it's something you can do moment to moment. So the feelings, the yearnings, the senses, if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, what can I see? What can I hear? What can I taste? Like, grounds you in the moment. If you're running around from meeting to meeting, like, what am I feeling? What did I feel after that dude cut me off and said whatever in the meeting? Okay, I'm angry. Cool. Like, way to see myself right now. Let's go to the next thing. Am I burned out? The like orienting to meeting a yearning can be so beautiful and such a nourishing activity. So presence is really an antidote to burnout. We've got a little process that we guided you through here, but we put it in a one pager. So you have a reference point that you can guide yourself to be here now. You've got these three objects that can spark your reminder of this little dedication you've made to presence here. And just invitation to, no, no, just play with it and see what difference it makes. Soaking in the moment of the trees outside, putting a hand on your chest as you're walking to the next meeting, that type of thing.
And if this work, if something today feels like super yummy, this is the stuff that we do. Like we create these kinds of spaces, and We want to be doing more of this in organizations, with ERGs, with teams, because we are so, like, in this era, like Caitlin said at the beginning, we are just seeing so much dehumanization happening at work. And we want to make more human spaces where we're actually connecting. And that creates more collaboration. It creates better work, like places, like better, like fun, like fun. Who wants to have some fun at work? Like crazy, right? So if this touched something, we're doing these 30-minute little mini visioning sessions that just free for us to connect with you and be like, how could this be a part of maybe your team or your organization or your ERG or whatever it is? If you end up booking something with us, we'll give you $500 off the first experience to just kind of like as an incentive to play with us. We'd love to connect with you all on LinkedIn. We've got the links in the chat there. And also here's the link to book the visioning session if you want to do that. And we would just love to stay in touch and to see how we can support each other on this journey of being more presence in this crazy freaking chaotic world that we're in.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, this world is sticky. Like it really is, the systems are sticky, the rules are sticky. And so you choosing to come and play and carve out this hour is a big deal. You know, it's a big deal to not multitask and actually be here and to have people that we can be in relationship with to go like, no, I'm claiming my presence. I'm claiming it. I'm clinging onto it with dear life. I'm gonna let it grow is like not a small thing. You know, so thank you so much again for like that dedication to yourself and to like bringing more presence to the world just through the practice of sharing space here today. And thank you to Dominique and Ricardo for hosting us. What a pleasure.
You know, such a pleasure. I would love for everybody to just go around and say one final word of presence to bring yourself into the moment. Is there a final word?
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Thank you.
Connection,
Inspiration.
intention,
connection,
Joy.
Go with joy too.
Is reinvigorated. What about you?
empowered.
Hmm. Beautiful. Well, with that, we're at a close. So good to be with you all. Do you, Dominique, or do you have anything you want to close with?